Hello book lovers, and welcome back or welcome to Nakat's Bookish Cafe. Today I'm here with a non-bookish video. Alright guys, so a little while ago, specifically the first weekend of November, me and a friend of mine went to Coupeville, which is on Whidbey Island. This is the location where Practical Magic was filmed. We didn't do a lot of practical magic related things, but we had a wonderful time on the island, and I just kind of wanted to document that experience and put it on my channel. I totally understand if you don't want to watch this video. It's probably going to be relatively short. It's honestly mostly here for my own benefit, so I can look back on it someday. This was such an amazing trip. The weather was so beautiful. I got to spend some time with my friend who lives a couple hours away, so it was nice to spend a couple days with her. This was also a really big step for me in my kind of therapy journey. I have a lot of anxiety around being away from the home, being away from my family. A lot of that stems from my chronic illness and having a fear of being alone if I ever have like a flare-up and I'm sick or in pain. So having this trip with my friend that I went somewhere I've never been before and kind of got away from the house and got away from my family and kind of working through the anxiety that I felt, and I definitely did feel some, just really showed me how much progress I was making. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But on top of that and the beautiful weather and of course time with my friend, there were a couple of first in a lifetime experiences that I had. The first is that I got to see orcas. Essentially, we went to Port Townsend and then took the ferry ride over to Coupeville, and while we were crossing the water, we were standing outside. It was beautiful. It was chilly, but we were dressed warm, so we were kind of hanging out, and all of a sudden the captain was like, "Hey guys, there's a pod of orcas," and we were like, what? Like, I've never seen orcas or any sort of whale out in the wild. Me and my family are always looking for them. We've even been on like a tour for whale watching and we haven't seen any, and then there was just this pod of orcas and I videoed it as best as I could. They were pretty far away and the ferry slowed down, obviously, because they didn't want to disrupt the orcas or scare them away with their noise or anything, but hopefully you can kind of see them a little bit there at the beginning of the video. It was such a magical experience. I literally like called my parents and I was like, I don't want to brag, but I'm literally looking at a pod of orcas right now. So that was definitely a life-changing experience. Later, we had been talking to a marine biologist, I believe she was. She was kind of hanging out in this building that had a few skeletons on display of a young blue whale, or was he a gray whale? He might have been a gray whale, and then a porpoise and a walrus. And I kind of told her, I was like, hey, we saw the orcas, and she was like, oh my god, I think that was J-Pod, and J-Pod is kind of our local pod. They are unfortunately going extinct because they eat only Chinook salmon, and the Chinook salmon are going extinct as well. But apparently this pod had a matriarch who I think might have passed away by now, but she had gotten to over 100 years old. A lot of that had to do with the fact that she had lived in a time before our waters were getting so poisoned. So it's really unfortunate to know that they are dying out. I think their family has gotten below 70, the marine biologist said, so it made it even more special that we were able to see them. Another little experience we had with the wild, and you'll see them in a video as well, is sea otters. I've never seen sea otters like in person outside of a zoo, and they were just kind of walking down the beach. I kind of looked and I was like, oh, does someone have their dogs off leash. I feel like they shouldn't be doing that in a national park or a state park or whatever we were in. And then I looked closer and I was like, those are sea otters. So those were really fun to see as well. There was 3 of them. They were kind of a family. You could definitely tell one of them was like looking out for the others, so he was probably big brother or a dad or something. So that was really cute to see. But overall, a really great experience. This trip just meant a lot to me, so I just wanted to go ahead and document that for me. And if you guys have any interest in seeing it, I hope you take the time to watch it. I think it's maybe only like 6-7 minutes of videos, but we walked around the town a little bit, checked out some of the stores, but mostly we were there for the nature. And let me tell you, yeah, I mean, this was all before the election, so it was a little bit before things went downhill even more, but I would definitely say that spending time out in nature clears the mind. There were a few moments where I was like, oh, I haven't had a single thought in a few minutes, and that's very rare and it's very relaxing. I feel very much at peace now. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.